Well, he may have scored the winning penalty against Everton, but is Mr. Sunderland on his way? Luke O Nien is interested parties, Coventry, West Brom, and nearly half the Championship, but should he be sold at any cost? Welcome back to our Mackems Walk with our first conversation of 2026. Hope you're well. Good to be back in your company. We're looking back at how Sunderland been doing over the Christmas period, talking about the wonderful FA Cup penalty shootout for Sunderland anyway, and just where do we predict Sunderland will be finishing? We're looking at the league table and fixtures to come. Hope you're well. We've got Leo, Jamie, Charlie and Sean back with us. Decent break, hopefully, all of you, and into the FA Cup fourth round at our expense, and congratulations as an Everton supporter. Yes, we were absolutely garbage. You thoroughly deserve to go through, even in normal time. Good luck in the fourth round. Hope you knock the Magpies out or somebody else we don't like. Right, Leo, let's get into it then. Luke O Nien, should he just stay at Sunderland forever, be given the keys to the city, or if Coventry do put an offer in, would you sell him?
I think I would sell him. Just for him to be able to get the playing time, especially with all the lads coming back from AFCON, he's not going to get the playing time which he wants. He deserves to play somewhere in the Championship. He deserves to still be getting minutes somewhere, although he's unbelievable for the dressing room. We have someone like Xhaka who can do just as big a job there as well. So I think if the right money comes in, then we should say bye to him. I wouldn't. There was talk at first of like half a season loan, 6 months loan. I wouldn't do that. Only permanent, I would say.
Jamie, do you agree? I mean, he is Mr. Sunderland, isn't he? I mean,
yeah, he definitely is. Over 300 games for the club. Nobody would have thought that when he first kicked off at the Stadium for his debut, because he had an absolute horror. But I think I would leave it to Luke O Nien. If he wants to go and play games and get games that Leo says and finish his career by being a regular somewhere, let him do it. But if he wants to stay at Sunderland and kind of have his role off the pitch that he's probably got, and probably even help the kids in the academy and just be, like you say, Mr. Sunderland, then let him decide. I think money-wise, it wouldn't be a massive fee anyway, so do we really need that?
Yeah, I mean, we spoke to our Coventry fans earlier, Charlie. They were saying absolutely you would slot right into what they need in that Lampard system. Obviously, he brings the Housery with him as well, which they are missing. What's your view on it?
Well, I think I'll just keep it. I mean, the money they wouldn't get much money for him realistically. It's not like it would be a hefty fee. And reading what he was saying after the game yesterday, I don't think he's arsed about going anywhere. I think he's really quite happy from a kind of life perspective as well. And mind football, like he's just in a good place. He was saying he'd been speaking to the ownership and everything. Like he's really aligned himself with the club. So I just don't see why we would let that go. And also, I thought he was, just to shout him out, really, really good yesterday against. I mean, I know Beto and Barry are suspect, but Everton are a Premier League team and he's slotted in. I thought he was really good. So I'll just keep him around. I don't see why there's any point.
Yeah, I wouldn't read too much into the worst striking partnership the Premier League has ever seen as a benchmark. Sean, your view on it?
I think he should definitely stay. Like, obviously, if he wants to play, but I'd let him go on loan, I would say, just because I think in the future, I think he'll definitely retire at Sunderland. But it's just, yeah, like he was solid against Everton. Like, obviously, you wouldn't think that he hasn't played all season, like started all season, and even like against like City and stuff at the end when obviously started on Donnarumma and stuff. Just makes everyone just happy at the club, and that I think he just still needs to be around the club just for the morale and around the squad. He's just he's a class character, Mr. Sunderland.
Okay. Right then. Who do you want in the next round, Leo? Bothered?
I'll take an easy draw. We need to see different players getting different minutes. There's lads who have got the chance during this AFCON time and have played in the Prem. I'll say the first one that comes to mind is Rig, who in the Prem is disappointed the way he's been playing. So just to be able to get them out there, getting minutes, get a good performance under their belt so that carry a bit of momentum. I'll take a nice easy draw.
Okay, fair enough. Right, let's look at the Prem then and see where we are. I mean, it's fair to say, Jamie, I think that with the AFCON lads being out, that Sunderland's progress has stalled a little bit. You're talking about the Brentford performance in particular. That obviously, undefeated at home still. We can't not shout that out. But there we are, 21 points. Sorry, 21 games played, 30 points. Beg pardon. Yeah, you're not going down. How do you evaluate the Christmas period?
I think all we wanted to do was get through it. Really, we've come through it with a kind of a small amount of points from the draws that we picked up. But hopefully, the next 3 games we've got on paper, we should hopefully move on again. We've got Palace, we've got West Ham, got Burnley in our next 3, two of those at home. So with the AFCON lads back and kind of Diarra hopefully not too far away when he gets back in, we should hopefully take on. I think 1 or 2 have proven that they are capable of playing as well. Gertrude has been great, but I think, like Leo said, 1 or 2 disappointed. Dinger has been so bad, so bad, and Rig maybe just isn't quite ready yet. But for 20 million quid, and when he came in to replace your Roberts, your Mundles, the wingers that we had, Dinger has, for me, has been a massive letdown, and I think he's kind of going to struggle to get games when they all come back.
Yeah. Charlie, no wins in 5. Is that worry you at all?
Well, obviously it's a bit of a worry, but I think, like Jamie saying, AFCON was always going to be a struggle with so many key players going, and you could see that in the performances. I mean, Leeds I thought were really, really poor and were quite lucky in the end to get a point. Although in fairness, I was also very impressed with Leeds, to be fair to them. City, they were obviously very good, but also it could have went either way, that one, because it's bloody Man City. Brighton average, Brentford very, very poor. Spurs first half was god awful, then second half much, much better. But then yesterday Siddiqui comes back in the team and I'm just like, we're just so much better. He makes such a difference to the tempo we've got, everything. It's massive. Then he's still got Diarra to come back. So Traore's come back injured, which is irritating. Ronaldo's got a knock, which is a bit annoying as well, but might be alright. So hopefully when they kind of start getting blended in again, we just start looking like a proper team. And like Jamie says, these next 3 games, I'm not going to say it's season defined, because realistically the season's already been defined. We're fine. But if we get a good few points in them 3 games, all of a sudden everybody's kind of thinking, right, well, hang on then. Are we actually in a European race here or not? I still don't think we are at all. But that's just me being a Sunderland fan. So, I think come the end of January, I think we'll really, really know where we're at as a club.
Okay. Sean, that was going to be my next question to you, which Charlie's almost nearly answered, but get your view on it. European race or not?
I mean, we've still got the January transfer window, see what happens. I've seen a few good rumours in the last few days, but obviously we'll have more of a pull than we did in the summer, which was an amazing window anyway. So yeah, whatever we're doing in the January, but we've survived. So, well, not officially, but look like we're surviving. So yeah, that's all we wanted anyway. But if we can get a European push, that'll be amazing. But I can't see it right now. But you never know.
It's a crazy time of year where we hear all kinds of rumours. I'm sure you're all probably fed up with them already. We're 10 days into January. What's the craziest one you've heard, and what are the realistic ones we've heard? Any of you?
The kid from Barcelona, Ferran Lopez, like 70 million.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I've just seen someone this morning saying we're looking at Furlong Mendy as well.
Yeah, I've seen that.
We're back in for Lukumi again now as well, apparently.
Yeah.
I think Speakman's just a nostalgia merchant. We've been linked with 3 players this week who have been linked with every transfer window for the past 2 years. You'd think from Michael Beale to now would have different targets, but whatever.
There's one that was mentioned earlier. I saw that will be. I think Tammy Abraham was Villa.
Yeah. I'd love him, mate. I think he'd be a great option.
Sean, what are you hearing then on your little journalistic grapevines?
I've seen Ferland Mendy earlier, but I think he's still injured now, but he's been injured like loads in the past like 2 years, so be a bit of a risk. Obviously, I know some of our players were injury prone before signing them, but if we can sign him, and then he's 28, I think, so he's still younger than Ronaldo, so it's like a bit of a younger option. Yeah, Tammy Abraham, I've seen that. That'll be good. The different option up top for the headers and that. But yeah, I do think we need like definitely another winger, and I'll let Reagan or Mundell go out on loan. But yeah, exciting.
Any outgoings? People who you want? I mean, Leo, you mentioned Rig there in your statements. Does he need to drop down to the Championship? I hope he doesn't read Twitter, by the way, because every time he plays, it's just I feel for the lad.
No, I wouldn't say going somewhere would be the best for him. I think you're not going to be able to get up the Premier League standard unless you're playing in it. And I feel like just to stay in the team, obviously with the lads coming in now, he's a player that instead of starting games, you might bring him on the last 15 minutes just to bring in some fresh legs, or you might just make him as an impact. But as a starter, he's not really going to feature much. I will say, I think Mundell looks a bit off the pace a bit. I don't know whether a move for him could be the best, or it's just the same situation. I don't think there's anyone jumping out where it's like, we need to get rid of this lad. But if we see a couple of lads moving for loans, more minutes, more experience, that's never going to harm the team.
What about the goalkeeping situation? Jamie, Roofs has obviously got his admirers. Price tag on him at the moment?
God, I think if he plays, if he manages to move Verbruggen out of the Dutch team for the World Cup in the summer, you could be talking 50, 60, probably more. Like it sounds daft to say this, but he's just getting better and better, and I think everyone can see his attributes that he's got. He's just a perfect modern day goalkeeper, and he'll have suitors already. He'll be on people's shopping lists, I can imagine. I can't see him very well, to be totally honest.
There's a number of Championship teams that need a goalkeeper. Charlie, we see Patterson making a move, do you think?
I could see us trying to cash in on him. I think based off some little things that I've heard and based off seeing him coming up to warm up at half time, I think they'll probably be looking to cash in on him, but obviously they'll need to get someone else in, which is a bit of a shame. But I think I don't know if I believe that he's kind of down tools when he's being replaced, because I don't think he's that type of character. But I've seen people saying that. But if he's fit and ready, he's a good Championship keeper, and there's quite, like you say, there's quite a few teams looking for one. I've seen Stoke are getting that Bazunu from Southampton for like £8 million all of a sudden. It's like, what? Okay, so yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes. I think we all know about Dan Neil's going to be going. I mean, I've got on pretty good authority that he will be at Rangers, whether it's now or in the summer, I don't know. But I don't know if there'll be any other departures from our lot. But Pato was one that I think we should. There'll be a lot of talk about him, I think, before January closes.
Right. Join us then as the next couple of weeks. Then we head through the remaining 15. There's 15 games we up to now. 15, 16 games of this Premier League season. Join us for all of those and drop us a sub and a like if you haven't yet done so already. We're up to letter L finally in our A to Z of Sunderland. I don't know how we've got here, but we are. One player, one incident, one bit of history that begins with L for our A to Z collection. Anyone got anything that they want to put out there?
Liberty.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just doing as Liberty and Louis Dreyfus, the pair of them.
Yeah, true.
Do you know, I mean, commentary fans said Lampard earlier, and I laughed at them saying, "Oh, come on, he's not really done anything." But I'll let you have Liberty. I mean, it's a fair shout, isn't it? Given them
to think about the state the club was in, ending the season before he came in, and where we are now, a year and a half later. Like, I don't think there's many managers around that were available that could even get us near what we're doing right now. So it has to be him for me.
I see he got voted second best French manager of the year, didn't he? He came second behind praising again.
Yeah, another one. We've already heard him in the Man United conversations this week. Interesting.
He's too smart to go there.
No, he's too smart. Yeah, absolutely. Right, well, that was nice and easy then. But in the comments, then, what other players, beginning with L, past and present, have they missed? And should any be considered above Labrie? Thanks so much, you four. We're still on speaking terms. That's okay. We didn't want to win the cup anyway. Thanks so much. And good shout, good following by Sunderland yesterday. By the way, 7,000. Yeah, noisy as hell. And I've got to say, the first team that hasn't sung was ridiculous. You sold your soul chants or your ground's too big for you nonsense that you get in League One. So yeah, good following, decent people, decent crowd. Great to have Sunderland back in the Prem. Yeah, enjoy round 4. We'll see you next week then. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in 7 days' time. Have a good one.